Hi, I'm Chris, and today I'll be talking about STL's 12-hole plastic soprano ocarina. This is a great ocarina for beginners, students, especially small children, anyone looking for a rugged on-the-go practice ocarina, and also for intermediate players who are looking to improve their skills on the single-chambered ocarina without the risk of damaging their clay ocarina. The 12-hole plastic soprano is fully chromatic and plays in the key of C from A5 to F7. This gives it a range of 1 octave plus 5 for a total of 13 notes. Here's the scale. The higher the pitch of the ocarina, the smaller the size. The plastic soprano is 5.5 inches long by 2.5 inches wide. And compared with the STL plastic tenor, you can see that it's a little bit smaller. It weighs 1.8 ounces, and to give you an idea of how much that is, I discovered that it weighs about the same as my iPod Nano. So here it is next to the Nano for another size comparison. This ocarina belongs to the transverse family of ocarinas, recognizable by its characteristic sweet potato shape made famous by the Legend of Zelda games. This classic shape is ergonomically sound and facilitates stable ocarina handling for child hands and adults with smaller hands. If you have very large hands, your fingers may feel a bit crowded on soprano ocarinas, so you may want to consider a larger ocarina such as a tenor or a bass. The texture is smooth but not slippery, more like porous clay than glass. This can help you keep a better grip on the ocarina while playing, and it also makes it easier to quickly cover and uncover the subholes for the notes below tonic. This ocarina's volume is moderate to loud, which makes it suitable for outside and inside, though the highest notes may be a bit strong for inside play. This is the case with most soprano ocarinas. If your ears are very sensitive to the soprano register, or you want an ocarina with a softer volume, then I would recommend the plastic tenor instead. Technically, this is a rising breath ocarina because the top 3 notes require a little extra breath to get a clean sound, but the subholes can be played very easily using even breath pressure. Its easy breath requirements make this an ideal ocarina for beginners. Because it's easier to play, it requires a minimal time investment to unlock its potential. Because of its durability and compact size, it's a great ocarina for practice because you can carry it around with you without having to worry about dropping it. I also recommend it to anyone who currently plays the pendant or inline ocarina, but is interested in also learning the transverse ocarina without having to spend a lot of money. While I prefer the tone of my clay ocarinas to plastic, I find the tone of this ocarina to be suitable for performance. It is very well made and sounds very good for plastic. The tone is very responsive and crisp. It is less resonant than a clay soprano ocarina, but you can still use vibrato very easily. The notes have a very subtle texture, and the overall tone is somewhat bright. One thing I've noticed about plastic ocarinas in general is that they tend to accumulate moisture in the mouthpiece much faster than ocarinas made of clay. When this happens, it can degrade the ocarina's tone. Periodically, you'll need to clear it out by covering the voicing hole, which is located on the underside of the ocarina, with your thumb, like this, and then blow a quick blast of air through the mouthpiece. The most important thing to remember is to use enough breath on the top 3 notes. If you don't, they will sound very weak and airy, like this. When you use the correct amount of breath, it produces a tone that is very strong and clear. For sopranos with a really bright tone, I find that upbeat, cheery music seems to really bring out the best in the ocarina. Celtic music, allegros, and jigs all sound great on this ocarina, and jazz tunes and music with lots of flourishes sound great too. Well, that's about it. Thanks for watching.